keyboard. Okay, admit all. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Thursday morning chat. Gregory and Robin here, and the community, the Live Younger community. We get together on Thursday mornings to talk business. And so this morning, we're not wasting any time. We realize that it is way too much fun to be together on these incentive trips. So we want to make sure we multiply how many in the community are there for next year. So we're starting now to get ready. So who's in?
Yeah, we all are. It was so much fun. And the thing I commented to David about, David Schmidt, and it was so wonderful because he was wandering around. He was all over the resort, and they're breaking bread with us at breakfast and lunches and dinners. But I said that one of the things I really appreciated about this event, it wasn't just for the big players. It wasn't just for the presidentials and senior presidentials. We had more managers and directors there than we did senior directors and above. So these are the people that are really doing the business, and they're building, and they're on the way to the upper ranks for sure. But, on yesterday's director call, we discussed, talking about income producing activities, which ironically, surprisingly or not, these are also incentive trip point generating activities. Because we have several people that were there with us in Aruba that were there with us in Tulum a year ago. They saw how much fun it was, and they continued doing what they were doing, and they got there again. So you're going to hear from a few of them today, talking about how they got there. And because, we have business builders and customer getters, and ideally there's a balance between, we should all be doing both, getting customers, because not everybody wants to be a brand partner, but it's also about getting brand partners too, and building a duplicatable, business and team. So, I wanted to just, maybe this would be a good time if any of the folks that were on the director's call yesterday, that were in Aruba or that weren't in Aruba and wish they were, but were on the director's call yesterday, wanted to chime in. I'd love to hear from a few of you on your perspective of what are the income producing activities, which also are the point producing activities that got you to Aruba this year and are going to get you to wherever we go again next year, because we can jump the gun on them. They haven't announced the next trip. I can almost guarantee there'll be one. And I'm pretty sure that the achievement points are going to be very similar next year to they were this year. So we just want to give everybody kind of the inside scoop.
Yes. And last year in Tulum, it was very interesting. A lot of people earned the trip and they didn't even know they earned it, because they'd been doing the activities all year long that got them there. And so I see Barbara Larrabee, I see Ravel. I'm trying to see who else was with us in Aruba. If you want to raise your hand so we can find you easily. And Carol Lee, who would like to share? What is it that you're doing all year long that got you there? Barbara, do you want to start? Larrabee, unmute your line. Are you still in Aruba?
Okay, can you hear me now?
We can.
Okay. No, I got home finally about 5 o'clock last night. So I'm not camera worthy this morning yet.
Okay.
Anyway, as far as what we were doing to earn the points, I really didn't have a lot of ranking up activity. In my personal group, it was really more who was on subscription, because you got points every single month for having a subscription run, whether it was a brand partner or whether it was a customer. And they started that contest, I think, the end of August. So I think even part of August counted. But, if you had, and I think we got 2 points maybe for every subscription run. So if you had even one customer on a subscription and it ran 5 months, you were earning 10 points for that.
Mhm.
So having your subscriptions in place or going back after the people who had fallen off subscription
Mhm.
really helped. So it was, for me, I think that was the strongest part of the points I was earning.
Okay, well, I hope everybody heard that.
That's a clue.
That is not just a clue, it's a big clue, because what happened in Tulum, all these people were there, and that is the reason they were there. They had customers that were on monthly subscription. And you know, what I said when I saw that, and I realized how many people we had in our organization that we personally sponsored, I actually got on the phone and invited them to be on monthly subscription, because I knew we had to be there. We had a bunch of rank ups, we had a bunch of new people, but yesterday I was on a call with Carolee and Jennifer Starr, and looking at Jennifer Starr's back office, and oh my gosh, it was like a sight to behold. I just saw monthly subscription, check, 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 green checks, lots of them. Jennifer qualified last year and this year. And there is a clue. So when bringing on a new brand partner, you know, inviting them to be on monthly subscription to keep them active makes a huge difference. And you can purchase extra stuff here and there if you want it or need it. But it really, you know, she did it last year, she did it this year. I see Ravel. Do you want to share, Ravel? Because you earned it. And Ravel, we have to brag about Ravel. I know she's kind of quiet and understated, and she's not really big about this formal acknowledgement, but is it okay if we brag about you? Is it okay?
There's a lot to brag about yourself and your massive team. It's so nice to meet you.
Well, you Ravel was in the top 10, and Ravel's in Canada. And as everyone knows, they have 2 products available in Canada. And she qualified, not only she qualified, she was in the top 10. What did you do, Ravel?
Robin, you know, I think it was this meeting, the wonderful Thursday morning business chat, that I made the comment that it was done. And the reason I said that is because of my confidence in the daily method of operation that you and Gregory introduced to LifeWave. And so I echo what Barbara said. It's the monthly subscription order. And that's one of my goals, is the number of people on a monthly subscription order. So I was really focused on that, and I just knew it was coming. And I know that anyone can make that decision. If I can do it, so can somebody else.
That's
what an
beautiful.
amazing experience. I'm so grateful to LifeWave.
Yes, we get treated pretty well, don't we? It's amazing. And you know, it's like one big family there. And my theory is the team that plays together stays together. So make sure you get to, we ran into Ravel at the spa. We were all getting massages. So, you know, a little self-care is a good thing too, taking time away, you know, putting your feet in the sand, you know, hanging out in the water. We had groups doing business trainings, hanging out. You floated really well in that water. So you could hang out there, and the temperature was like sublime. It was like, oh my gosh, it was amazing. So any other, let's see, anyone else that was there that wants to talk? So we know monthly subscriptions, and Barbara Jennings, she was a guest of Helen's. She was there too. So, you know, right now it's not too early to start looking at your back office, reaching out to people. When you bring on new people, really set them up for success.
Mhm.
And setting people up for success is being consistent and making sure everyone has a monthly subscription. You're not required to have a monthly subscription unless you're a PC. But as brand partners, it's a really smart thing to do when someone's new. And what I like to say to people is there's a lot of ways to stay active. There's actually 5, but there's so much to learn when people are new. And I want to welcome, I know we have a bunch of new people on the line, so we want to give you a warm welcome to our Live Younger community. And congratulations, Heidi, for all your new people. And anyone else that's new, we're happy to have you here. We get together to learn from each other.
And, I wanted to summarize the whole field of network marketing and all the training and everything we do down to 3 key points. If you can remember and apply these 3 things, you will be successful. The goal and intention is getting people in, customers and brand partners, getting them in. That means doing all the work you do, sending videos, sending samples, putting them on Zooms, putting them on the Power Patch webinar, but getting people in, getting them to cross that threshold and enroll. That's first goal, number 1. Number 2, keeping them in. Once they get in, you got to love them up. You got to connect with them. You got to build that long-term, mutually rewarding relationship. Get them in, keep them in. And step number 3 is move them along. They might come in as a customer like Robin did 4.5 years ago. Started as a customer, no intention of building the business, got such amazing results with the product, couldn't stop talking about it, started having such great success that I couldn't stand by the sidelines any longer. And I jumped in with her, and it became our full-time, focus. We divested ourselves of all the other things we were doing and went full-time. But we got in, we stayed in, and we kept moving along. So that's the goal. And whether people start as a customer or brand partner, it's the same objective. So if anyone that was at Tulum wants to share any insights. Aruba.
So
what did I say?
I see you just joined us, and we're talking about, what did it take to qualify to be on the trip? And we're starting qualification now because we want way more of you to join us, because we just love being together and getting to know you and have fun. We took some excursions. Everyone that took excursions has some fun memories from those excursions. Some of us have some very exciting memories from the excursions. Anne, do you want to share a little bit about how you
or any tips you want to share?
Yeah.
For any of those that are on here with us, how they could get their business on track to be there with us next year, wherever there is.
Well, I think that the most important thing you can do is be consistent, that you have to do this constantly, that it should be part of your everyday routine, that you are continually building and connecting and supporting your team. And the more that you do that consistently, the more that you grow that, the more likely you are when they do have the incentive to be prepared, to be ready. I mean, one of the things that I did was I had these customers, I had distributors, and they had these qualifications that I needed. And I went back to all of them and talked with every single one of them and said, I'd love to go on this trip. What can you do to support me? And they were amazing. And so, when you are there for your team, they're going to be there for you for sure.
Beautiful.
Well, that's beautiful what you did, is reaching out to people, and people want to help and they want to be part of something bigger. And Heidi said in the chat that, she listened to the recap of Tulum last year and she got so inspired that she went out and got her first customer, so it's like, I hope you guys can feel the energy, and we want to share it with you, and we want it to be supportive of each and every one of you, because this company is extremely generous. I mean, how they treat us all is amazing. So we were just blessed in so many ways.
And because we have so many new people on this call, and we really celebrate all of our newest brand partner members joining us on this call, I'm just going to share my screen for a couple of minutes and talk about some of the basic business building activities that we all engage in, and those of us that won this incentive trip engaged in for the past year. And so if you go to our Live Younger Success training website and you just start with getting started, you can click up here to getting started. You can click here, you can click here, so I'm just going to click to get started, and it's going to load in a second here. Click here. And the first thing comes up is our 333 daily action plan. And we've already discussed this. Is maybe for some people it's 222, maybe it's 111, maybe today it's 333 and tomorrow it's 111. But these are the basic daily business building activities that we all engage in. It's contacting people, connecting, piquing interest, sending videos, maybe sending samples. It's then following up with those people from yesterday and the day before. and I like to use the metaphor of the law of the farm. This is the seeding process. We're contacting people, we're sowing seeds of interest. And this is the follow-up, is the watering process. And don't bother sowing seeds if you're not going to water, right? We all know that. Whether you're a gardener or a farmer, we all know if you're going to plant seeds in the spring, you got to water if you want to get a harvest, in the fall. So you contact people and then you follow up. And the goal is to enroll or invite people to another presentation, to a three-way call, to our new Power of the Patch Zoom, and invite people. So you're following up and inviting people. And then the basic bottom line business building activities are outlined down here in step 2 of getting started, which is our simple daily method of operation. Connecting with people heart to heart before presenting, piquing their interest. What do you know about stem cells? When Kai Jacobson, our enroller, called us and said, hey, what do you know about stem cells? My company just came out with a new stem cell patch. Sold. Robin says, a lot. How fast can I get it? So everybody's on a different spectrum, or it may be in different places on their awareness of stem cells, but it's the hottest thing in health sciences. And then, hey, I'd like to send you a short video. If it piques your interest, you might say, hey, I'd be happy to offer you a sample. And the cool thing is you get the alert when you send the video from In Touch, and then you follow up, and the fortune and the friendship is in the follow-up. So I just like to encourage everyone to get back to the basics, get back to the basics and teach and duplicate that.
And I love what you said, Anne, about being consistent, and Ravel too is consistently doing these things, and they don't take a lot of time. And people are having a lot of fun with this piquing interest thing by putting bling on their, or something on their patch that just has someone go, what's that? Because regular patches, a lot of people aren't sure they want to talk to you because it may be a smoke ending patch or this patch. But if you have a little bling on it, look at Sun Shower, she's blinged up. Let's see if we can. You want to put, yeah. So if you guys did not watch Sandra Biskine on the LifeWave Connect, we've talked about it a lot. She does that, and she has this gorgeous gold charm on a little something or another, and she moves it from her patches, and it's exquisite, and people just, it piques people's interest. There's a lot of different ways to pique interest. I was wearing a t-shirt in the gym and it piqued someone's interest, and we have swag now, and we're going to have more from the company. So there's lots of ways, especially if you're an introvert, that you can have people attracted to you. But it is the consistency that makes the difference. And, customers are really important. And we talk about that a lot. And customers, PCs and PC pluses are automatically on monthly subscription. So there's ching, ching, ching points, and those that had a lot of customers, we had someone in our team that was number 2, and he has a lot of customers. And number 1 did a lot of rank. She had a lot of rank promotions, and she came in number 1. So, you got to find your style, but the combination of customers and brand partners and getting them in, keeping them in, moving them along, all those things got us points. So Anne, you've got your hand up. You want to share?
Yeah, I just wanted to add to what I said, because the other piece about all of this is that, in order to keep your customers on board, you want to stay connected to them. So, when David, for example, yesterday, he had a presentation. Well, I'm going to send that presentation to all of my customers because I want them to stay engaged. I want them to keep learning. They want the information. They've told me that. I've asked, right? And there are those people who have said to me, no, I'm not really interested right now. And I've asked them, can I continue to send you information? And they've said yes. Well, I've got them on a list, and I'm sending them all of that information so that they keep learning. And some of them at some point have come back and said, I had a guy that I've been sending messages and videos to for 2 years. And about 2 weeks ago, he messaged me and said, okay, I'm ready to join. I'm ready to get on board. So you just don't know. You just have to stay connected and get that permission marketing. I think is very important. You need to ask permission. And if they say, yeah, I want to keep learning, but I'm not ready to hop on patches, then you keep sending them, information. If that you do have them as customers, then you want to keep them and retain them, then you need to give them the knowledge that they need to stay on board, and not just because, they're using these patches. If they don't feel anything, they're thinking, oh, they're not working, I'm going to stop taking them. I'm spending my money on nothing. But if they learn that, you know what, for me, 3 years in, I've been using the patches consistently and I no longer have cataracts. Are they doing something? Yes, they are. So those are things that they all need to learn, and we need to share that with them. That's our job to do that.
Thank you for that, because that LifeWave Connect and learning from David is a great, he gives an amazing education. For those of you that heard yesterday, I don't know how many of you are going to be doing Tabata and intermittent fasting, but if you're wanting to get rid of body fat, it's amazing. I know, it's exciting. So yesterday's LifeWave Connect is now up on our liveyoungersuccess.com in the What's New, and also on the YouTube channel playlist, David Schmidt. Thank you, Liz. And so you know what
Thank
you
you,
did,
Liz.
Anne, is so valuable. You want to talk about retention? Because retention, or do you want me to
Well,
just
I
say it?
wanted to dovetail on what Ann said,
That's what I
because
was gonna-
I had a similar experience. I had, in another company, I had a good friend. He was actually my sponsor in a previous company, and I changed companies, and I was in this new company. I was so excited about it. I told him all about it, and he was very committed to what he was doing. And I just says, hey, well, let's just stay in touch, because I fell in love with this guy. Became one of my closest friends. He's in heaven now watching over us. But anyway, I just kept dripping on him, and about a year later, the timing was right. When he said no, originally, it really meant not now. And I kept dripping on him for about a year. And within 1 year, he became one of the top 10 people in that new company. Okay. One of the first 10 top rankers. And, and we traveled the world together. He was a dear, dear friend. And I miss him dearly, but you never know when somebody's going to be ready. So thanks for bringing that up, Ann. It's, we stay in connection with people, and the timing may not be right, but, you ask permission to stay in contact with them.
And something else you said, Anne, that is really, really important about the staying in touch is retention. And Gregory oversaw the retention of the company that he helped found many years ago, and did a study. What is it that keeps people in? And Anne's got it. It's staying in touch and educating people. That connection, I remember, and I keep quoting this one, there was a beautiful presentation from some top leaders at another company, and they said, every time you're in touch with one of your people, you develop a cord in the heartstring between you.
Mm-hmm.
And then that heartstring becomes, unbreakable.
Mm-hmm.
And so that relationship is really valuable, and finding out what's important to people. That call yesterday will relate to a lot of people. It's about health. It's not about, David doesn't talk about losing weight so much as losing fat. And so he's an amazing educator, and sharing that will make a big difference for a lot of people.
So one more master key for success in network marketing and in life is developing long-term, mutually rewarding relationships. And that ties right into retention, because people will stay in business and they'll stay in relationship with people they know, like, and trust. Now, if you sign them up and never call them again, they may fall in love with the products without you, but they have a better chance with you. So it's really important that you get into relationship with your customers and your brand partners, and get into their hearts and their heads, and be there for them, because there are bumps in the road. Oh, my auto ship didn't ship. Oh, my credit card didn't go through. It's life, it's just life in the technology age. And sometimes there's hiccups along the way, but I have found that people, in fact, I oversaw customer service training in the company I was a vice president of sales for, and we brought in an outside professional to train their customer service. And it was a proven fact that customers and brand partners or distributors that have a challenge that's fixed are more loyal than customers and distributors that never had a problem. because they contacted their upline or the company and they had a problem, it got fixed, and go, oh, what a great person, what a great sponsor, what a great upline, what a great company. And that's part of the relationship building. So every little hiccup is an opportunity to pat somebody on the back and say, hey, are you okay? So
And, it shows people that you care.
mhm.
And as you're developing relationships with people and finding out what's important to them, we're all gathering so much information. We're blasted with it all the time. But if someone's interested in something and you come across something that will relate to them, and you just send it to them, and not for any other reason other than it's something they're interested in, and you took the time to care enough to share something valuable for them, that means a lot. So it's part of the relationship building part. And we're getting close to the bottom of the half hour here. And so we want to see if anyone has any comments or questions. Everyone seemed to love David's LifeWave Connect yesterday. You can go to LifeWave Business Builders in Facebook group and watch it if you missed it, or you can go on the link on Live Younger Success and get that link and send it out to people, because David referred to the products that are on special, and that is intentional. So this is a great way to, again, support people in many different dimensions, and it will grow your business, because every time, the more mature your organization is, every time there's a promotion, you get a pay raise, and it's really fun. So, but people need to know, not everyone stays in close touch with what's going on, so they don't want to miss the opportunity. It's a great promotion. You get the performance bundle, and we learned a lot about glutathione and cholesterol and fat loss yesterday. It was amazing. I'm going to listen to it again. I even took notes, and I'm going to listen again, because I think we're going to be doing Tabata every day and intermittent fasting. David got his intermittent fasting. He wanted to get rid of extra body fat down to 4 hours of his eating window. That's a small amount, but 6 to 8. And women typically aren't supposed to intermittent fast every single day, David says, take a few days off a week. But anyone Heidi, you want to share something?
I wanted to know if we can have an internal Live Younger challenge. I have not taken a before picture of my body before I started my workout plan yesterday. After the thing, I thought, you know what, I'm going to be consistent. And I haven't taken a before picture. Can I tell you, I worked harder after having someone take my before picture. And I think everyone should be challenged to post them on Live Younger, the Facebook page, because I literally looked at myself and went, what? That's me, a 52-year-old woman, having had 7 children, and I've been on the product for almost 18 months. And I thought, wow, I look better than when I took my first Body for Life challenge when I was 29.
Oh my
Wow,
gosh. God
that's
bless you, Heidi.
fabulous, Heidi.
Yeah, we certainly encourage everyone to do before and after pictures. All your new customers, encourage them to take pictures of the fine lines,
I
wrinkles,
was planning
scars.
to. Isn't that amazing?
It
Okay,
is
I'll call you
totally
then.
amazing.
All right, bye.
There we go. Totally amazing. Okay, we are at the bottom of the hour. Any final comments from anyone? I just want to comment, Richard Brooks, I love your background. I might steal that from you. Get one similar. So, red, white, and blue. Yeah.
Let's see. Robin and Gregory, Mac and Alice from Texas. And
Okay.
okay.
Any final comments? If not, I'm just encourage everyone to continue plugging in. Power Patch webinar. I got a really nice comment from someone who's been on the sidelines that reviewed the Power of the Patch webinar. Goes, oh my gosh, this is really good. I'm going to be using this, and I encourage you all as part of your in your tool chest of sharing that. Liz, you got your hand up. Did you want to share something real quick?
I do. We have some upcoming events coming up very soon.
Yeah, we do.
Thank you for the
Robin
reminder.
and I barely got home. She made me empty my suitcase, which I haven't finished doing, but and I'm figuring
Why empty?
Why empty it? We're going to be hitting the road in another week and a half, and we're headed to Kansas City, Missouri, and then on to Branson, Missouri, then on to Tampa. So looking forward to seeing some of you on the road there with us. on these events, and, you know, maybe one of these days coming to a town near you. Okay.
So you want to unmute and say whatever you want to say before we say goodbye? Thank you, goodbye.
Thanks, everyone. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What
Thank
dates were you
you.
guys
Thank
in
you.
Kansas City?
Thank
Bye.
you, Rubatizers.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Great
Good
call.
luck.
Thank you.
Great call.
Remember, wherever you
Bye-bye.
go, may you laugh.
Happy
And get
taxing.
those monthly subscriptions.
Kansas
Ooh,
City, the
subscribe
16th,
to Aruba.
Branson, the
Bye,
18th,
everyone.
Tampa, the 20th. Yeah. It's in the
Thank
newsletter.
you.
In the
Oh,
newsletter.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Happy-
everyone. Thank you.
Tabata's from Florida. Bye.
Thank you.